Welcome to the Straight from the Heart podcast, a show by the makers of Oritis about some stories and unconventional wisdom from Team Oritis, which helps you to work and run your business in a better way. Today's topic is green and sustainable mobility. For this, we have our distinguished speaker, Mr. Prasanna Sutar, Research and Developer Engineer, ARAI Pune.
So welcome Prasanna to our Straight from the Heart podcast.
Thank you.
We are highly obliged and privileged that you came to our podcast. So as you know, currently all countries spend lots of money in green and sustainable mobility sector. In all smart cities project of India, there is use of electric vehicles by replacing diesel vehicles. So you are into automotive research and development field. Can you briefly tell us about your work profile at ARAI?
Yes, as you rightly said, I work into automotive R&D field into ARAI. So basically into powertrain engineering. So powertrain involves all the components from the engine right to your wheel, means giving the power to the vehicle right from the engine up to your wheels. So it's a large sector. So basically, when a common man goes out for buying a vehicle, any type of vehicle, he basically sees first is the engine. So you can say that engine is like a heart of the vehicle. So all your performance depends on the engine. So basically, my profile goes into the same field, powertrain, where we test, evaluate, and validate all the alternate fuels upcoming and also existing alternate fuels. Such as CNG, LPG, LNG, hydrogen and all. So basically, we are into testing, evaluation and validation, and we also take up OEM sponsored projects, government funded projects, and also we undertake our own innovative projects.
Okay, so as today's subject is green and sustainable mobility, is a kind of novel to know for us. Can you please elaborate it?
Yes, as you rightly pointed out, green and sustainable mobility is gaining a lot of momentum these days in the recent times. I would like to break this subject into three main topics. As mobility, mobility means it is a need to move from place to place. As we all know, we need to travel from one place to other. We need a solution for getting mobilized. Secondly, the green part. So traveling from one place to other, as we all are aware of the pollution coming out from the vehicles. So this mobility has to have a greener side so that it tends out less emissions from the vehicles. And the third is sustainability. So sustainability focuses on meeting the needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs. So the concept of sustainability is composed of three pillars: economic, environmental, and social. So based on these three pillars, we are innovating things in such a way that there is less pollution. So we have our many innovative topics like diesel, ethanol, M15, LNG, and hydrogen. So I would like to shed some light on these topics. So we have come up with a new idea of diesel ethanol, that is mixing ethanol into diesel. Because diesel in private sector and in also transport sector, most of the vehicles are of diesel engines. So the diesel consumption is of very high, and the pollution coming out from these engines is also high. So what if we replace some part of the diesel with a new alternative fuel which is less polluting? So we have developed an additive which is indigenous, made in India, and that can be mixed easily with diesel and then ethanol, because diesel and ethanol both are immiscible liquids or fuels, and that can be mixed into each other with this additive. The second concept, novel concept what we have is a dual fuel concept. So now in dual fuel concept, the engine is basically diesel engine, but we run it on both fuels, two fuels at a time. So there is a concept called a dual fuel wherein we have diesel plus CNG. So CNG is a secondary fuel and diesel is a primary fuel in that engine. So at a time the engine uses both the fuels for combustion. So CNG is a greener fuel and diesel is a regular fossil fuel. So what we have found out that the diesel replacement as compared to only diesel engines can go up higher up to 80%. That means you are using 80% gas and 20% diesel, thus reducing the pollution. Also, we are working on a separate M15, that is methanol 15% blend into gasoline engines. So these are some various concepts that we are working on, and we have also showcased this to the Indian government. And yes, we are having a good result at it.
How bright is the future of IC engine, especially when electric vehicles are top of the town?
Yes, good question. When it comes to EVs and IC engines, this can be a topic of debate. But let me tell you that I'm not against the EVs or IC engines, but some aspects of the electric vehicles have to be looked after, like battery management systems, because that is the core that goes into running the EVs. So if you look at the Indian scenario, where India is a country with a large and varied demography as well as geography. So having EVs flying on the roads with such a vast variation has no other country has this type of demography. So if you look at the vehicle system, when it comes to EVs, the battery consists of most of the part. So batteries, almost we are not producing batteries, so we need to import batteries in this case. So the import duty has also to be looked after. Secondly, the recycling of the batteries, because batteries EVs are still infant stage. We don't have the proper knowledge of recycling of the batteries. And also, if you look upon the price of the EVs as compared to the regular IC engines, they contribute of almost 1.5 to 2 times of the current conventional vehicles, in which battery plays an important part. So if you look at the maintenance of EV vehicles, that will take almost 4 to 5 years to replace a battery when you use an EV. So spending almost 10 lakhs after each and every 4 to 5 years is a substantial thing. But whereas IC engines, you have lesser maintenance and very good mileage. Talking about the efficiencies of IC engines and EVs, you have almost 40% efficiency coming out of an IC engine, but for EVs you get almost 80% of efficiency, which is a good margin.
How do you see the automotive market post COVID-19?
Yes, currently the COVID-19 pandemic has engrossed upon all the world. So automotive sector, yes, has likely been collapsed in this pandemic. But if you see the policies coming out from the government of India, currently the scrappage policy is in the talks, where Honorable Minister Nitin Gadkari ji told that there will be a scrappage policy coming, wherein hopefully after 15 years of uses of the vehicle, after registration, the vehicle can be scrapped, which means that will give a boost to buying new vehicles. I don't know whether there will be certain packages given for the scrapping of the vehicle to buy a new one, but scrappage policy is on the lines. Also, while talking about new concepts into vehicle, augmented reality and artificial intelligence will be coming into the vehicles, because on the recent news, what we have heard, that the Prime Minister of India told that it should be make in India and using India, buy local. So based on that verdict, what I would say that AR and augmented reality and artificial intelligence will be embedded into the vehicles. So OEMs have to be more innovative in this case, and they are already, because we are seeing internet-enabled vehicles like Kia Motors coming into the market, and also at the dealer end, if we see that will be considered as a mere point of sales, because right now the customer which is going to buy the vehicle is almost doing the research on the internet and then going to a dealer just to see the vehicle and get the feel of it, getting the test drive. So I guess dealers would also have to do their part into engaging the customers, providing better features and good feel.
So, thank you, Prasanna, for taking some time for us and tell us about this great thing.
Thank you for making me part of the Oratus group for Straight from the Heart series. Thank you.
Stay tuned for further more episodes. We will come back again with more such personalities and share their knowledge and experiences. For our episodes, you can subscribe us in Google Podcasts, Spotify and Anchor.